Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. I hope it's all doing good. I hope it's all doing fine. Today we are having chicken korma with pilau rice and I've made some onion bhajis. I have. I'm eating the day tonight. Also got some orange juice. I'm finally getting a bit of an appetite back. But first of all I want to say hi to Yorkshire Lass. It was lovely meeting you today. It was quite the surprise and shock when you came into the place that I used to work in, because that was my final day there, and introduced yourself to us. I was shocked because I'd never expected anybody to ever recognise us, but it was lovely meeting you. Yeah, it was lovely meeting you. It was. As you can tell, I'm still in shock because I wasn't expecting it. Because I think you said when you walked up, I know you're Risha. I watched your YouTube channel and I was like, oh, you know, you actually caught us just before I was finishing. I had like 5 minutes to go before my shift finished, so it was good timing. It was, I mean, I've been there 2 months. I've been there 2 months, and as you could see, I'm the same there, like in person, as what I am on camera. I am no different. I don't put makeup on, I don't do my hair fancy. I am exactly the same person. Off camera is what I am in public. You know, so that doesn't make sense. I'm the same person on camera as well as off camera. Is that right? Aye. So yeah, I was like 5 minutes before I was ready to finish my shift. So it was lovely meeting you. It was. And like you said, you said one day you would bump into us, and you did. And I'm so pleased that I finally met one of you. It was actually really nice. It was actually really nice to put a face to people who I talked to on here. It was really nice. It was. Lovely meeting you. You look really lovely, mind. You do. Really lovely, y'all. But yeah, it's a shame that I never make it sooner. It would have been nice. I've been watching that, I only seen about it this morning. That Lucy Letby, is it? Letby? Bloody hell. Nowadays I am like, just goes to show you can never judge a book by its cover, and you can never judge a person, you know, just because they're all nicey. And, you know, even, was he, because I watched the paranormal documentary tonight. Pardon me. And, because it was up on TikTok, he had, they had, all the clips from it. I think there was like 10-minute clips from the panorama documentary. And even a crime specialist who specialises in crimes like this sees looking at her, he would never have made her out to be a serial killer. And I mean, they call them too, like she's a serial children killer. But the babies, they were days old, like days old. And the fact that the hospital, like not, I mean the pediatric doctors didn't ignore it. They tried to raise concern, but the higher uppers, the management, brushed it under the carpet, and they made the doctors, the pediatricians, apologise to Lucy. They made the doctors apologise to her for accusing her and getting her taken off the ward. They made it. I can't believe I'm actually saying that. They made the doctors apologise to her. They need to be investigated as well. They seriously need to be investigated as well. Because if that doesn't speak volumes to you, I don't know what does. The fact that they threatened these doctors with their jobs if they went to the police speaks volumes. They threatened the doctors to fire them if they went to the police or if they took it any further. They made the doctors apologise to Lucy for the distress that they had caused her. It's just mind-boggling. It's like, what? What are you, like, what? Do you know what I mean? Like, what are you even on? Do you know what? I can't even put it into words. Like, I seriously can't put it into words. And the fact that our friends all stand by her. Do they still stand by her now that she's been found guilty? If every incident what had happened, 25, there's possibly more, but 25 recorded incidents what had happened, she was at each and every one of them. Search up true crime on TikTok and it's there. I'm not sure the full, I'll get the full handle and I'll put it in here. But if you haven't seen the Panorama documentary and you know you can get it on playback, go and watch it. If you can't, I'll put the link, well not link, but the channel name in here and watch it. Because one of the parents speaks in it. Well, the parents of one of the babies who was murdered. She had twins. Lucy managed to murder one of them. And then 24 hours later, she tried to do the same to the other baby. So a parent was grieving the loss of one of the babies, and then 24 hours later, they were in fear of losing another one. And guess who was there? Lucy. On both of them. But the management, they definitely need to be investigated, like 100% need to be investigated. Because something ain't right there, like something is not right there. And since Lucy has left that hospital. How many years? 7 years? That hospital has had one death, one baby death in 7 years. But in 1 year, there was 7 babies. Through June, through August, in 1 year. 1 year. And one the doctor speaks in this documentary as well. It is. It's mind-boggling. I was talking to customers today at work about it. And, you know, because it was all over, was a front page in the newspapers. 4,000 cases is being investigated. 4,000? There's earlier cases being investigated as well. From her, when she was studying, a student, one baby died in her care as well. That's being investigated. I feel hard sorry for these parents. I really, really do. Feel hard sorry for these parents, like. And the fact that she showed no emotion whatsoever. And the fact that when the doctor says to Lucy, he went, "What will you be doing this weekend?" After the death of one of the babies. Because they were in a meeting. She went, "Oh, I'm at work tomorrow, Saturday." But yet all the other nurses were traumatised. But she was happy to go back into work. And guess what happened the next day? Yep, you guessed it. Very next day. Another baby. Honestly. I mean, a friend to him said, "We can't even allow her. We're being told," what was it? "We're being told that she can't have any contact with her grandbabies." Not grandbabies, man. With her godbabies. Hello? I bloody hope so as well. Do you know what I mean? You're putting them babies at risk. You're putting them children at risk. I wouldn't have to still believe in now that she's been found guilty. Honestly. But my heart literally goes out to the parents of these babies. It really does, like. Because even though she's been found guilty, they're not really going to get closure. Do you know what I mean? They're not going to get closure. Like, why did she do it? Why? What was the reason behind it? You know, they're going to have so many questions, but they're not going to get answered. I feel like there's going to be one massive lawsuit coming out of this towards that hospital. Because a few other people need to be investigated. They need to be investigated. They do. I mean, the fact that these managers of the hospital ignored seven pediatricians, it's worrying. It's worrying in the in the fact that they threatened them, each and every one of them, with their jobs. And I'm so pleased that these doctors just did not give up. They pursued and pursued. And if it wasn't for these doctors, this investigation would never have opened up. It really wouldn't have opened up. Can you imagine? Can you honestly imagine if these doctors didn't pursue as much as they did? But yeah. If it wasn't for them doctors, they could have went on for God knows how long before getting caught. I would have. But just goes to show, you cannot trust anybody. No matter how sweet they are, how outgoing they are, how sociable they are, because that's one thing what was brought up. And it makes me think, Christ, I'm not sociable. Do you know what I mean? What do people think of me? You know, but it just goes to show you can't look at a person and say, oh, they aren't a serial killer, are they? You can't do that. You really can't. And apparently the jurors were told that they could only give 7 guilty verdicts on the case. I'm sorry, but or something like that. I could have misread it wrong. But she gets sentenced. She gets sentenced someone to finds out how long she's going away for. I mean, knowing the British Justice Service, they'll say life, and she'll probably be out in 20 years or something. Who knows if she'll last that long? If she'll last that long. Who knows? Who knows? But as I was saying to her Saturday, I went, she should just be let into the prison and let the inmates deal with her after that. But of course she will be protected by the justice system and she will be put into isolation, which I think is wrong. And others were saying that she probably won't show up on Monday to court to find out what her sentence is. Which again I think is wrong. She should be made to be there in front of the families. So yeah, she should be forced to be there. Do you know what it is? And I'll say this every time. The moment you, as a person, takes another person's life, your human rights should be taken away from you. I will say this in every circumstance, I will. The moment you take somebody's life is the moment you lose your human rights. I don't give a goddamn about your feelings. I don't. You should be made to face the consequences of your actions. You should do. And I will say that. And I will say that till the end of time. I will. You should be made to face your consequences. You should be... I'm not talking about the rest of the world. I don't know what the rest of the world's justice system is like. But obviously I'm talking about over here. If you are to be placed, like if you are for your sentencing, you should be there in person. You shouldn't have a choice over it. You shouldn't be able to decline. You should be made to face the victims' families. You should. And some of these victims, well, a majority of them, weren't even, they were a couple of days old. A couple of days old. 5 days. 5 days old, some of them were. That's just absolutely disgusting. It is. They done nothing to you. Literally, they done nothing to you. They hadn't. But you chose to take their life away. And one of them who survived, there could be many, many more. There could be. One of them who's, if the twin, has got severe problems now because of what you've done. And that family is living with it every day. They are, because of what you've done. Your human rights should be lost the moment you took that first life. Or the moment you tried to take that first life. That's the moment you lost your human rights. In my eyes. And you shouldn't be given any special treatment. And you should be made, forcibly made, to apologise to those families in public. You should be made to apologise to each and every one of them. Just like those doctors were made to apologise to you for something what they had a good instinct about, and their instincts were right. That's all I've got to say. You should be made to apologise and beg for forgiveness, because you will never get forgiveness. Ever. Because those babies didn't have a voice. They didn't have a voice. You were supposed to be there to protect them. You were supposed to be there to help them. But instead, you took away their life. And some of them were healthy babies who had nothing wrong with them. You're a sick lady. You really are. And the fact when you got put in the police car, you were more concerned about your knee surgery, what you had a couple of days ago, couple of days prior. Just speaks volumes about you, doesn't it? I think you're going to need a few more knee surgeries. Don't bend over in the shower. If you know what I mean, if somebody drops a bar of soap. Just saying. So that's all I've got to say, guys. All I've got to say on that. What are your thoughts on it? I am disgusted by it. I really am disgusted. So in saying that, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much, Yorkshire Lass, for saying hello. I really do appreciate that as well. Take care. Love yous. Bye.